up that love. How could we not? If God, whatever your particular interpretation of God is, if he or she or it has created everything, not leaving out anything, everything, if you will agree, then he has created the devil, and that devil plays a significant part. And it also plays a very significant part in that love. Because the devil represents, on one thing, one interpretation, not the whole, that's not everything he is, pure, raw sex. Okay? And I have just spent the biggest part of this show telling you how sexuality is the highest form of spirituality available to mankind. This pure, raw sex. Mitzi, that's another R word. You want to break it down? I think I do. Let's do it. 18:1. Oh, did I ever finish that one? I'll come back to you in a minute. Robust. Let's come on here with raw. All right, I'm going to keep this out. All right, we got a 1 over here for this raw, and we've got a 18 and a 23, so we got a what, 41? 42. What you gonna do with a 42? Raw, raw, raw. That 1, you're gonna pioneer. Pioneer. You're gonna pioneer. You're going to create. And you're gonna walk. You're gonna walk through this life. You're gonna walk. You're gonna walk your own walk. You can strut. You can walk slow, you can walk fast, you can swing your hips, you can do anything you want to, but you're going to walk. You are going to walk with that energy. Even if I'm sitting down, I'm walking. If I'm laying down, I'm walking. You're going to walk because you're going to face everything you're supposed to face. You don't even have to get out of that chair to face it because you're going to experience it in your mind. Okay, what do we got here? 41. I've already told you this. 4-1, 5. The human experience. Okay? So, that's what we're talking about. Using and coming in contact and becoming familiar with this pure, raw animal instinct that is known as sexual energy in ourselves and that is attributed to the devil. The devil is also attributed, a lot of things are attributed to the devil. All of the base emotions. Well, you're going to experience them. Well, you wouldn't be on earth. Duh. Huh? What other reason would you be here? Would you tell me that? Okay, but I had to come back here and finish old robust. All right, so we got a 9 for the heart, and we've got a 9, 11, 12, 14. Is that right? Let's do it again. 9, 11, 12, 14. Sometimes when I'm doing these shows, I add up this and I'll say 6 and 5 is 1. But it's supposed to be 1 on that day, on that hour, because otherwise you'd be sitting out there and you'd be criticizing, saying, look at her, she added up that wrong. You need to work on criticism. Gossip, that's another show. But anyway, let's say we got this one for the number it's supposed to be. Yes, it is. I think that's 23. And I think that is the last letter of raw. Huh? So now, not only do we have to have a red, real, robust, raw experience in life. Okay, that's what that 5, that experience and that experience. Now, what do you know that is full of passion, full of energy, full of pleasure? Oh, did I leave out, how that everything that is pleasurous is attributed to the devil? I've never been able to understand that. How is everything that's pleasurable attributed to the devil when we are, imitations of God, if you will. We're gods in the making. We're masters of divine essence who have simply forgotten our heritage, our original heritage. But how can everything that is pleasurous be attributed to the devil when the very nature of what brought us here was sexual intercourse? Okay? We're born in the gulf, the belly, the formation of that experience. And that is pleasure. Eating's pleasure. Lots of things are pleasure. So anyway, but if the devil is part of God, and God has got this whole deal, authentic deal going on for us, and then the whole thing makes a little more sense. But anyway, what do you know that is full of passion, full of energy, full of vibrational sensation, that is real, that you can actually feel and experience it, and you have to get rid of your thoughts. You have to get rid of, they're gone. You don't do it. They're gone. And it's robust, like boom, and it's raw. What would be that experience? Let me see. Would that be, I think so. This energy in us is so sublime. It's so sacred. It's so sanctified. And yet we debase it, we hide it, we either worship it, get addicted to it. Which way you want to go? You want to try to say that's wrong, or it is so right, or I got to have it, or I don't have it, or you cannot be without it. You walk around with the experience. Okay, and since we're up here, let's just see what it is. You want to see what it is, Mitzi? I want to see what it is. It's one. I told you what you were going to do with that one, didn't I? I told you were going to pioneer, create, and you were going to walk. Woo, you're going to walk through. Paula, you mean to tell me that I'm walking sexual experience? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, I believe I am. I believe that's what I'm trying to say. The middle of that is that experience. And then this particular letter happens to be a 6. I think I said on that other page that was that love, that supreme divine love that none of us can't even touch the hem of the garment of. There's so much love that is professed out of the lips of individuals, and they shoot the person in the chest for being with somebody else. That's real love, ain't it? On a higher level, you don't understand it, but this love that is this energy that just generates us. That's the only way I can say it. But anyway, let's say, all right, that's that 5. We know we've been dealing with that 5 all day long. That experience, that human experience, that learning experience, that going through all of the episodes and events and everything you've got to do while you're here, while you're alive. And then this is 7. And that happens to be God's preferred number. Okay? The experience of sex, but you've said, Paula, that intercourse is the lowest rung, so I'm going to use that inner experience of sex to create, either with music, drama, art, building, sewing, dancing, singing, driving down the road, everything. You mean that I can't get rid of that, because that is the human experience. And I'm going to have this love, this supreme love. Oh, with that love comes conflict. Let me put that in there too. All right. But with this love that is generating me, then I can't question why I got involved with so-and-so. I can't look back on my life and say I shouldn't have done this or that. I can't possibly govern and determine what is right or what is wrong for me based on this supreme love that is running through me with this sexual energy that encompasses me, because God's personality has got the whole deal wrapped up. And when you add those two numbers together, that would be 5 and 7. I think it came in one of those words. Let me go back and see if I can pick up a 12 without too much trouble. Which one is, oh, there it is. Didn't have to go far, did I? Right here, in real, the 12. The 12, the 12, the 12. So if we're going to be real, then we're going to have to come to terms with this sexual, beautiful energy that's running through our bodies at all times, running through our voice, running through our eyes, running through our hands, running through our bodies and all around us. Then we're going to have to admit that we are walking around with what? Unresolved rage. What? Unresolved rage? Paula, you might have rage. I don't have rage. Oh, you know? How many things bother you during the day? What about if you can't get your favorite cup of coffee quick enough? What about if somebody cuts you off in line? What about if somebody didn't answer a particular email fast enough for you? Okay? Maybe so. So, Mitzi, oh, incidentally, this in the tarot cards is the Hangman. He also represents enlightenment. Enlightenment. Paula, how can enlightenment be on the same page with unresolved rage? Because that's what it is. What did you think it was? Some glorious thing you're going to fly around like an angel? Huh? And you were just going to suddenly have all of these emotions removed from you, and you were going to have this peace and contentment? You won't be here when you have that. Enlightenment comes from the work, the productivity that you have. Remember I said you were supposed to be fruitful? I'm supposed to be fruitful and multiply you too? It's a commandment. Those creative gifts, huh? Well, you've got to toil the soil. You've got to. So in order to do that, this is an R word too, Mitzi. Let's go ahead and do it. 18. Another one of that. This is too much, Mitzi. I can see the letters, see, before I even sit down. Because the whole show, we've been talking about nines, especially this, of course. We've been talking about the 1, where you create. We've been talking about God's number. Got to come down here. I was just looking at the numbers. Okay. 7 and what? 5. There it is. We have been talking about all these numbers. No other numbers. Okay, right there. There they are. 9, 1, 5. 9, 1, 7 and 5. Now let's see how it's going to come up. To build through and into this enlightenment. How that we all, as human beings, are born. Oh yeah, that's right. I think the Bible says we're evil from the day we were born. Because we're living backwards. L-I-V-E, we're living backwards. So if we understand this rage and get in touch with it, it can leave us. Resist not evil and it'll flee from you, so Jesus said. 2. All right, let's see. This rage has got a 6. We have certainly been talking about that love. That's that divine love, that conflict that is attached to it. And what's this other one? 7? Is that right? 7 and 9, 16. Make sure, Paula. 7 and 9 is 16. Yes. So we got a 22. Rage. You know it wouldn't be anything but a 22. Wow. This is a master number. Carries with it an enormous amount of energy and responsibility. Ooh, did you think I was letting you off the hook just because I was told you were full of unresolved rage and making it all right? No, certainly not. You're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to come to terms with that vibrational tone of harmony or disharmony that's underneath it. Now, let's see. This is an R word too, Mitzi. So we're going to have to do this word. Boy, this is a long one too. You know that? There it is right there. All right, we got a 5, we got a 1, we got a 7, we got a 6, we got a 5, we got a 1, we got a 9, we got a 2. There's a new letter, new vibration. How about that? You know, you see all these numbers we've been dealing with in the show this time, and the only one we've got in this responsibility, the secret message that are hidden in these words, is this 2. That's the only number that's different from all of the numbers we've been dealing with in this show, this particular show. Okay? That must mean something. Let's see. Let's go on. 9. We got another 2. Would that be 2 2s? The master number makes it so that you understand it is your responsibility and yours alone to do what, Paula? To make things right in my life? How can you make them right, you egotistical jackrabbit? How can you make anything right? How can you make anything wrong? All you can do is accentuate your ego in thinking you can. But what you can do, and what is your total responsibility, is being authentically real. Real, robustly, what was the last one? Raw, responsible. So let's see. We got 11, 29. Ooh, 29, make sure. 11, 29. What was the 11? Did I even have an 11 over here? Didn't have 11. So, boy, this is going to be good. 9, 10, 17, 22. Oh, I forgot that.